Well, Ahsoka is finally over, and it ended with a nice big wet fart. What's up, everybody? This is Mike with Trees Company doing my final Ahsoka review. Thank God. Woo, man! Did a whole lot of nothing happen for 8 whole episodes. The whole show. Hey, we want to find Ezra and Thrawn. Hey, we found Ezra and Thrawn. Ezra and Thrawn are back in the galaxy. Star Wars. Ahsoka and Sabine uh, are now in the exiled planet and can't get back. And yeah, and there's apparently some real big magical threat on that planet that this former Jedi's are finding, and who cares? Whatever. It's set up side stories. We want. It's so. Aren't you so curious about all that stuff? Don't you want to come back for season 2, where we don't actually answer any more of those questions, and you just. But you're still curious about it, so you're gonna come back again for season 3, and then maybe we're just kind of have a lackluster payoff from that that doesn't really answer a whole lot, and people don't really care anymore and aren't watching anymore, and so we move on to something else. Oh wait, that's a Mandalorian. They're doing the same thing over again. Ooh, yeah. Remember Baby Grogu? Remember all the oh man, that Grogu's so special, and there's all of this cloning and stuff in vials and disguise, and there's this weird thing. Oh, and there's so many little plot threads set up, and then it's been 3 more seasons, and we've barely explored any of those plot threads. But aren't you still so curious? It's the same shit over again. The show did nothing. It's like, okay, Ahsoka's not in the Star Wars galaxy anymore. Hopefully she never fucking comes back, and Dave Filoni can just go, look, I didn't have to kill off my character. I'm so clever. I found a way to save her. And then he can kill off fucking Ezra because he's a guy, so he doesn't actually care about that character. What fucking ever. As the initial rant, I guess let's go on to the individual episodes. I'm doing episodes 7 and 8 with this. Okay, episode 7. Ahsoka finally shows up to the planet. Quick note: I will admit I was wrong with whatever episode 6 or something with the saying that there was no corpses of dead whales. Continuity error. There was, in fact. I did not realize the ring around the planet was the whale bones. My bad. Still a retarded premise. Still stupid that whales go there to die and sisters harness them to ride them that are dying, so they were weak and probably could make the journey. But so now the pod of whales that Ahsoka is riding arrives. Oh no, no, there's a minefield. These mines that were presumably designed to take down starfighters and or giant star cruisers and big old ships. Oh no, all these whales about to get fucked. And they don't. They kind of just, to them it's more like, they went into a beehive and was like, ow, stop that, ow, stop that, ow, stop that, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. And they jumped into hyperspace, presumably up and over the planet when they were through the minefield. In the hyperspace, the mines don't hit them, even though there's the whole Haldo maneuver shit from episode 8 from The Last Jedi that proves that, if you hyperspace directly into something, you has the chance to hit it. No, whatever. No whales died. They all tanked these mines, hundreds of them, like nothing. Soka's ship just tanked a couple of them too, or was so fast they ran into each other because space mines do fuck all, apparently. There was no real reason to have them there except have explosion effects added to the show. Whatever. Yeah, they hide into the ring because now they got past the minefield. Ships are flying after them. Ships do fuck all. All pilots are useless. All guns are useless. There's no stakes. You never feel any tension that they might be in trouble at all. Whatever. There's cutting back and forth between all that and Sabine and Ezra. Sabine is still insufferable. Still not talking to Ezra about all the shit that went down. Ezra doesn't seem to give a fuck about all the shit that went down. Except she did tell him that the Emperor's dead. Maybe. Alluding to the sequels. Oh. And yeah, whatever. Doesn't tell her about Thrawn. Doesn't tell her the fact they don't have a way to get home. Just says like, oh yeah, by the way, the war's over. Emperor's dead. Yeah. And he goes, oh, that's crazy. But how about all this stuff with Thrawn and you getting here and how we're getting home? She's like, I don't want to talk about that. It's complicated. And he just space hippie Ezra doesn't give a fuck. So then why should I? The CGI of riding all the animals looked like shit. Oh, they have the fucking witches find Ahsoka in the debris whalebone field. But these witches couldn't fucking find Ezra on the planet when he was 10 feet away from the goddamn Star Destroyer? What do you mean Thrawn didn't know where the fuck Ezra was? He had the magic witches that can just find anybody with the little triangle balls. It's so dumb. Yeah, Ezra is moving with his crab people. They get attacked by, uh, by the freaking Raiders and Lightsaber Girl because Ray Stevenson's character said, "Hey, you need to go do the stuff with Thrawn because I have my fuck off mission where I'm trying to find magic whispers of the planet," and so he's not there. Raiders are absolutely incompetent. Nobody dies. All the crap people make it. They destroyed maybe one of the little transport vessels. That's it. Disney Star Wars is a joke in terms of like combat and stakes and feeling any sort of tension. Who cares? Rosario Dawson fought Ray Stevenson because she happened to land off the ship when she was running from starfighters right in front of them. Will of the Force, I guess. They do a fight. She's just as bad against him as before she became Ahsoka the White, so I don't know what the whole point of the Ahsoka White training shit was. Rosario Dawson still bad at fighting. Just look at her whole watching training film from Anakin thing. Really highlights just how shit she is. By the way, yeah, I forgot that whole nonsense. The episode starts with her like training in the ship, and there is a recording of Anakin like training her as if he's actually in the room watching her do it. So it's like, so he knew he would stand in a certain place and he could walk a circle of a certain size and be surrounding her training and giving these words of wisdom. It's whatever. Ezra's an idiot. He refuses his lightsaber, says all I need is the Force, and then like in round 2 of this battle, after Ahsoka shows up, he ends up having to take a blaster and he starts shooting stormtroopers left and right with the blaster. I'm sorry, Hypocrite Ezra, that is not using the Force. All the pilots suck. The robot Hu Yang is like trying to run from these 3 pilots that are still chasing him. Hey, they'll hit him at us all. Like you can, I guess you can be like Jedi pilots are better because they have the Force. They can predict some shots and do dodging and weaving. He's a robot. He's a droid. You saw all the droids get killed all the time in Clone Wars. He's just so good at piloting. Whatever, or the Empire pilots or whatever, the B-52 bomber pilots are just that freaking shit at it. You don't feel any stakes. You don't care. He doesn't even. They don't even like show him doing his maneuvers. He just flies off screen with the enemy, and then comes back to like save the bay. Oh, we planned all this stuff moments, and then and just whatever. He keeps saying we're loading this cargo. I don't understand what cargo is that. There was a couple like at the very end of episode 8, there was like these shots of them loading the cargo that looks menacing, and maybe they're dead people, or that's the army they're about to use to take over. I don't know. I don't care. They don't explain it. He just says we really need to get this cargo in before we leave. Oh, this cargo I didn't have preloaded when I had all this fucking time being banished here to all this cargo that we had to keep in this big tower. Why? If you knew this shit was going down, because surely the Magic Sisters and all their magic bullshit was like, yeah, it seems like the plan's going well. we've made contact with the lady in her dreams, and magical bullshit powers say she's she's gonna be on her way. Right in Thrawn just go like, okay, so let's just keep the ship loaded now. Let's just keep us like the moment's notice. As soon as they arrive, it's like, hey, hook us up to the thing and take us the fuck out of here. No, you just do all this loading bullshit. My clever plan is to stall for time nonsense. We're like, if you're really that clever, you would have been, pre-packed like most of us do when we're trying to fucking take a flight the next day. All of Thrawn's like shit keeps failing, and he keeps going, it's all because it's like, it's okay, the plan was just to give us more time anyways. And then he does shit where it's like, those people that are stalling for time, I'm gonna bring them back to the ship, let them walk a little closer, and then send them back out. And then he has a couple moments of, oh my god, I actually turns out I need more time. Lady magic lady from all the episodes, go stall them for time. Ooh, yeah, you're a cult, sacrifice yourself for me because I'm a cult leader for the empire. He's not a brilliant tactician like all the books say he is, like how Rebels says he's supposed to be. He's an idiot. Because he can't even find Ezra when he's like 10 feet away from the ship the whole goddamn time. And Ahsoka had her little moment in the World Between Worlds, so that means she's not going to be mad at Sabine for doing all this bullshit she did and basically screwing the galaxy just to see her not boyfriend. And like, we even get some shit, I think in episode 8, where Hu Yang kind of finally elaborates with the whole Ahsoka was training Sabine and then stopped, and her reasoning behind it was because she was afraid Sabine was like doing it for the wrong reasons and might turn to the dark side. If she had those fucking worries, why is she still now just saying, I forgive you for doing selfish things, and for the one that you a friend, not even the one that you love? Bullshit that basically turned Anakin. I realize you're doing it too, but it's okay. Like, what the fuck? No. Ahsoka should be like, yeah, no, I was right the first time. I shouldn't be training you for shit. God, it's not even worth like going over every little plot point and shit. Whatever. Ahsoka reunites with all of them, and they all have the shit, and they're like, okay, great, it's time now to go home. Let's go get that Thrawny boy and stop him. Cue episode 8. Fuck all happens again. It's just, God. Again, not mad at Sabine. Tells her like, hey, I did dumb shit as a Padawan, and Anakin helped me, so I'm gonna do that for you. Great, I guess. Call back to your show things, I guess. Still should be pretty upset with her, and if your whole point was you're afraid she's gonna do selfish things, which is a Sith trait, turn to the dark side, still be pretty fucking afraid of that because she did it. Thrawn decides to send 2 TIE fighters after them. TIE fighters hit the stabilizer of the ship. It's enough to like bring it down, but Ezra and Ahsoka use the Force to keep it up while Sabine like does some quick repairs of usual Star Wars ship repair bullshit where you rip wires out of the wall and now the shit works. And she boosts herself with the TIE fighters, broke them in half by hitting the 2 wings of the ship along them, and except for the stabilizer and the engines being bad, which caused Ahsoka's ship to crash, the wings are fine. They can just ram fucking TIE fighters and no damage happens to the ship at all. It's only the fact that Wu Hong had said the engines will only give you work for a second with your repairs, that okay, now the ship stopped working and it crash landed in the dirt. And it's like, who so the wings can just take direct hits like that. No one gives a shit. Huyong's going to fix the ship in about 20 minutes anyways. They still refuse to tell Ezra anything that fucking happened in the whole season, because nothing happened in the season. But like the couple of clear things of like, hey, I pretty much fucked the galaxy by being selfish to come see you, has him, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's just like, oh hey, look, there's a star. Hey look, he's trying to do the hyperspace ring. Oh hey, look, Thrawn is back. Oh, I guess we got to hook up there to try to go home. I thought you guys would have had a ship to do this before. I know, whatever, it's okay. Oh, you thought Ahsoka was dead and she's not? That seems like a story maybe you would have told me. No, I'm still not gonna get told that story. Okay, whatever. It's fine. We have to go stop Thrawn anyways. I apologize for talking so fast. So they attack Thrawn's place. You know, the ship's down. They have to do it by riding on the wolves, which still looks bad. Um, Dodge a lot of plot armor, entire bombardment. Finally get in there. They kill a bunch of stormtroopers, and they're like, "Look how badass the three of us together are!" Thing, and then the evil sisters bring them all back from the dead. You know that little thing that was kind of set up with that smoke inquisitor guy. Yeah, they bring them all back from the dead, and suddenly blaster bolts bounce off their armor. Like you don't see a hole when they get shot, and they go like boink, and they come back, and they're like, "Oh, I'm still coming for you because I'm a zombie." Like, okay, your armor does do shit now. When it couldn't take a single hit before, now it can take all of the hits and not care. So was it just the kinetic energy of the laser that actually killed them? They don't actually do shit to the armor? If that's the case, then Beskar is useless. Whatever. Oh, and they get chopped with lightsabers and still keep moving. So fuck the Inquisitor guy made of smoke who got hit by a lightsaber once. All his smoke came out and he was dead. These zombies are better than that zombie because power levels. Woo, yeah. Oh, so the sisters get the magic, the Dothraki relative lady, whatever her name is from Mandalorian and the whole season. They're like, we're gonna make you a true blue honorary magic sister. We're gonna give you a power up, and that means turning your eyes black, giving you a couple more tattoos, and then giving you a flaming sword. Go, you are now super powerful. Woo! So they do the whole like it's a samurai and anime trope where the three of them walk into the room. There's the one guy stopping him, and it's like, okay, you two go. I got this one. And so it becomes women samurai fighting each other. Eventually, the zombie stormtroopers show up, and Ahsoka gets backed out by blasting bolts up top to the tower, followed by the magic lady with the sword. And then the stormtroopers decide, okay, we're not going to circle you and stop firing so we can watch this epic samurai fight. And you're like, what? Why did you stop shooting? Why were you? Why did you come into the other room saying, "Oh look, lady needs help. We'll just farm rust and shoot the shit out of Ahsoka." To shoot her up some stairs and say, "Okay, that's enough," and just stop shooting. It because we have to have the spectacle, I guess. We have to wait for Sabine to make a choice about whether or not to go on the Death Star or the Star Destroyer with Ezra or to stay here. Because right before all that happened, it was fucking Sabine and Ezra got to the top. They were confronted by two extra powerful stormtroopers in the black armor that were all zombies. You even saw a bit of a zombie mouth. Sabine is like pinned against the wall. The zombie's trying to bite her. Apparently very weak because he just kept going, like not even like getting inching closer at all. There didn't really seem like that much of a danger to it. And Sabine could finally does the whole woo summon lightsaber thing. She can use the force now. Woo! Now she's even more powerful with the lightsaber, even better at it because she now understands and trusts the force. And then after they defeat those two, Ezra does a force jump onto the Star Destroyer, which is starting to move, and then Sabine goes like pushes him up when he's halfway there to give him an extra boost. And it's like, okay, you couldn't move a cup before. Now you can move the lightsaber, and then now you can push a whole person across a fucking ravine. Hey, fuck you, Luke, for all the training you did on Dagobah. She can probably move the whole Star Destroyer if she really wanted to right now because she's Sabine and she's a girl and she's awesome because Dave Filoni and Disney Star Wars. Like, the fucking exponential growth from that is ridiculous. Oh yeah, and she can like, and like, so at one point in episode 7, her and Ahsoka fucking mind talk to each other with the Force. That's how Ahsoka knows where they are on the big old planet. So dumb. Sabine decides not to go on to the Star Destroyer with Ezra. She decides to stay back and help Ahsoka defeat a Samurai Lady and all the stormtroopers. And so then, and they're like, oh man, all is lost. And then Hu Young shows up with the ship repaired. You don't know if it's been hours, 20 minutes, anything, regardless of the fact that it should take days, weeks, maybe even months to repair this shit. But no, Star Wars, it's just you unsplice wires, resplice them together, everything works. Everything can take the vacuum of space. It don't matter. Yeah, so Hyun comes, saves the day, they get in the ship, but it's still just too late, not enough power, and Thrawn gives this whole speech to Ahsoka like, "Oh, I wish we had met. Your downfall was the fact that I knew who your master was, and your tactics are so much like his. Gee, I wonder if you're gonna become evil just like him. The good thing you're a Ronin and not a full Jedi. And good God, the samurai movie allegories have become just fucking ridiculous because it's like Dave Filoni keeps going. Look, George Lucas was inspired by samurai movies. So am I. Look at all these samurai movie things and not understanding like the heart and soul and passion behind them. Just going, look, samurai. I called her a Ronin. It's just yeah. I was like, ooh, there's still this whole ooh, you Ahsoka, you might turn evil thing. Ooh, you're gray. You know, you're really Ahsoka the gray, not Ahsoka the white. Ooh, yeah, you can be evil and I'm Thrawn and I'm intimidating, even though I'm not, and I keep sounding like I'm about to fall asleep. And it's just a whole season of we need to find Ezra. We found Ezra. Okay, we separated from Ezra, but at least he's back in the Star Wars galaxy. He did the whole, because Ezra disguised himself as a stormtrooper, because that's what he did in Rebels. Ooh, isn't it great? He showed up to the Hera ship, took forever to take his helmet off and go, "Hey, look, it's Ezra. Don't shoot me." It was like, "Oh, Chopper recognizes me without the helmet. See, isn't that cool?" We take forever to take the helmet off for a dramatic reveal. He's back with Hera. He doesn't seem to have a care in the world about anything. He might be dead and a fucking death puppet, and this is all tricked by Thrawn for all I know, because he just does not give a shit that Sabine and Ahsoka didn't come on to the fucking Star Destroyer with him. He didn't try to stop Thrawn from the inside. He didn't do anything. All he wanted to do was hijack a ship and get home. He didn't do anything fucking heroic. It was he wasn't that phased or that worried about anything at all the entire episode. It was like he was stoned and didn't give a fuck. There was also a line that I found funny. The very end, where Ahsoka, is there with Sabine in the planet in the faraway galaxy, and he's like, "It's time to move on." Like, you know what, Ahsoka, it fucking is time to move on. Who cares about you? Who cares about Sabine? Dave Filoni, do something else. And I mean, don't write Star Wars anymore. I mean, fuck off and do something else. I don't care about the little side stuff anymore. Ray Stevenson unfortunately passed away before finishing any of this stuff. Whoever's going to replace him as the character for the season 2 isn't going to be as good at delivering the shit dialogue and having some stage presence. That's the only reason why I somewhat liked him. He was stupid in these 2 episodes. He saw a blinking light on a big statue pointing towards the blinking light, and was like, "Ooh, that must be the thing that's calling to me." Separated from his Padawan, who's still also alive. No one dies except for the freaking samurai lady, wizard lady. She's the only one that dies in the entire season. There's no nothing. People got ran through by a fucking lightsaber. No one else died. There was like no casualties. All the stormtroopers were brought back to life as zombies. So not even like NPC people fucking died. Maybe the 2 at the top of the tower. But like, who cares? Who cares? There's no stakes. I don't give a shit what Ray Stevenson's character is looking for. I really don't. Because that's whatever thing, all this shit they're trying to set up for the big Dave Filoni movie, Mandalorian ending. I honestly don't care. It was the most abysmal writing, acting. Some of the fights were okay, a lot of them weren't. It was so phoned in, key jangling nonsense. 8 episodes that could have been done to 2 or 3, and then gotten into stopping Tron. Like if you really want to do the samurai anime reference bullshit, you can do like anime where half the season is one thing, the other half season is like another story. The first half be Thrawn returning and this whole planet thing, and then the second half being like unleashing whatever Ray Stevenson's character found, and they have to teaming up and like stopping it, and then saying because of this team up and honorable shit, and we had a moment together, letting Thrawn go, and then he can become the big baddie at the end of season 2 and have some like depth to the character and the relationship as to why it's hard for them to want to stop him because they all like bonded or some shit over this common enemy. You could do so much stuff with this. This was so goddamn pointless. So pointless. I was bored the entire way watching and reviewing this thing. Oh, God. Sorry, Dawson. I know she can act, but she can't act Ahsoka. Doesn't and she can't do this fighting. She can't do the acrobatics. She can't do the explosive. She can barely swing a freaking lightsaber. She needs to stop. They need to just stop with Ahsoka. Ahsoka, one, in my opinion, she never existed as a character. Two, if she was to exist as a character, she should have died in Order 66 or against fucking Vader, at least in Rebels, if you really want to give her some more time to exist. She shouldn't be here key jangling 3PO and talking about Leia, who apparently is in love with Hera. Don't give a shit about any of that because don't care. Those politics, that general dude, all that doesn't make any sense. Who gives a crap? It's Hera. She's not going to have any consequences. She's a girl boss at Disney. There's going to be nothing for her. Of course, she's going to be right about absolutely everything, and then no consequences will come before her. It is freaking. It is just She Wars. It was just absolute nonsense. That was just boring, bland, no character, no nothing. And I am so happy I don't have to watch any more next week or the week after that. It's just absolutely atrocious. Okay, that's all. I'm sorry if I didn't bring any more enlightenment to it. Anything that you heard. I'm sorry if you like the show. If you like it, good for you. I hope you are satisfied with season 2. If they do season 2, which should not be called Ahsoka. The whole season 1 shouldn't have been called Ahsoka. It should have just been called like Rebels Return or some bullshit. Who cares? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your Disney Star Wars if you like Disney Star Wars. But it is the most nothing burger, some of the most nothing burger content out there, short of Marvel. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about all of it down below. And let me know what else you think you might want me to review / rant about. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. There's a cat.